Got my fluoro beanie on. It's a bit cool today. They're forecasting snow, which would be really awesome. We don't get snow here very often. Every few years we get a little bit of a powdering, but they reckon snow today above 1,200 metres, which is where we live, and possible snow today above 1,200 metres, and tomorrow snow above 1,100. So that's looking, it's going to be really nice to see this place blanketed in snow and help cover all that crap, so it'll look quite nice. Today we're going to have a play fitting the quick hitch onto the tractor. I hope I've got everything I need. I did put a new top link on so that I could use the wood chipper, but I found that the different pins, they didn't match, so I might have to go down and get a pin. But other than that, it's all here. See how we go. Yeah. So that's the quick hitch. I'm going to unwrap that. Probably dry all the stuff off. And we'll see if we can fit it on to the back of here. So the plan is to take this one off. That's the one I bought for the wood chipper, and put the hydraulic one on. Then as long as these, I don't know what you call these, I don't know the holes of course, but as long as these, well, that's cool, out of focus, look at that. As long as these holes are the right size and everything else, then it should just fit on. The trick is, you can see the little blue bits there, that's the hydraulics. So I've never done this before, so I might be doing some YouTube myself just to see how to connect it up. One of the biggest things we found, see if I can show this, is this pin. I'm not sure if this is on all tractors, but you watch. I don't know how you get that out. So I think I'll probably have to take this pin here out, and that'll tilt down this hydraulic bit. I'm hoping a small amount. Then I can do that, and then I'll put it back, and hopefully that's all good. So yeah, let's make a start. It just fell off from up here. Okay. So they're not on, these little nuts aren't on that tight. That's something worth. Check everything, make sure. These aren't nylock either. I might just pop down and grab nylock ones of these, because this is a pivot point. It's obviously going to get wear over time. But I'll put it on for now, so I don't lose it. That's your quick hitch. That's so here we go. Okay, I think these have to go in those slots. and that looks pretty easy, but that is quite heavy. So lifting that up and trying to slide that in might be fun. I'm thinking if I take that pin out and pop it in there, then the quick hitch can hang, and then I can start the tractor and use the hydraulics to lift these up and then slot that in, so that gives me a working space. We'll give it a go. That's too big. So just noticed this end connected with, I don't know, looks like a T. So I put it on backwards. I actually put it on this way because I thought the hydraulic ram down here has the seal, so I thought if the seal was down, there's not more water getting in there. Wonder why it is. You know what? Give it a go anyway. As you can see, so as you can see, I don't have the other one of these, and it still doesn't go far enough through. So I'm gonna have to go down and get another one. The other problem is, I don't know why, these are meant to be all like category 1. You think they'd all be identical, like a power plug for your country, but you can see that's loose. So I might have to get a little nylon plug or something machined up in there, or a brass bushing later on. But, you know, for now, to test it and do the work I need to do, it should be fine. Let's just see if we can get one of these up. Not light. Huh. A little easier than I thought. Now I'll sit in like that. Well, that was actually easier than I thought. I was going to try and put up the top link, hang it, and put the pins in. I couldn't find a pin for the top link, so I thought I'll try the bottom one. I put the bottom ones in, they went in so much easier. And then I found a spare top link pin. So, yeah. As you can see, that's in. I don't like it being loose, but as I say, I'll have a play with that. They're in down there. I've just got to connect the pipes up to there, put those pins in and adjust them, because one thing I've noticed is they've got little adjustable bolts on this to move these in and out. There's a technical term, I'm sure someone will correct me, but if you don't have it right, it'll make this do that and it'll be offset. So the plan is, and I think if you look at it now, you can actually see it's offset that way a little bit. You don't want that. I want to have that straight. So when it lifts up and down, it's always perfectly straight. So I'm going to pop the pins back in, tighten it all up. I'll see what I can do about that top pin being loose before. I'll still test it. I reckon I could fit a little split pin through there. Should be fine. But yeah, if I'm lucky, I might be able to. Yeah, if I'm lucky, I might be able to start it up, test it, see if it works, maybe even hook up the cement mixer. It's pretty good, actually. So you can see these holes meant to line up. What I'd like to do is, rather than have it moving freely in this one, I'd like to bring this one out. So this hole here lines up with the one. You can almost just see, move it there, under there. So I've got to move that out. So I'll dial that one out and have it like this one. You can see this one here is the same. So if I can dial them out, there'll be less free play in it. Alright, that's that side. Let's see if the other one can come out. And by my technical measurements, we have 2 fingers worth of thread. Two fingers. All right. Is it my left hand? Does that matter? Are they different size fingers? No, they're fine. Pop them in. Wind that up. Let's do the same with the other side. Well, that was pretty easy. That one's now all tightened up, all the pins, everything else is back in. You can see down here it's in the receptacle with its proper little pins and everything else. The same with that side, and that's all tightened off, and it's got a little free play which you expect, but yeah, it's looking straight and it doesn't do this, so I like that. I've got the top hydraulic in. I don't know if I need this anymore. I might take this off. This was to hold the top link when it wasn't being used, but now this is on. I don't think I need that anymore, so I'll take that off. Now comes a fun bit. I've never, I was a bit nervous, and I haven't had it that long. I've always never hooked up the hydraulics on this tractor. So I'm guessing, and I'll show you in a second, that there's, when you pull a lever, it pushes hydraulic one way, and when you push another lever, it pushes it the other way. So I'm guessing it doesn't matter if you put them backwards, because it really just depends how you pull the lever. You pull it one way, it'll go one way, and the other way, the other way. But the hoses are really long. I don't know what to do about that. I might have to pop down and see if I can get a professional to make me some shorter ones. But we'll put it. We'll see how we go. Yeah, calm down. We'll do it. It's all right. So they look like kind of air hoses you get from an air compressor. This came with it, but just having a play around, of course, that just comes straight off. So I'll put them in the box. They might be useful for something else later. I assume these just click straight in, but before I put them in, I might just see if I can, I don't know. I'm sure people will tell me this is wrong. Is that too crinky? That's my technical term for it, crinky. Or can I put it up over? That's too short. If I leave it like that, I'm worried it's going to hit the tyre. Kind of like that, I think. Roll that around. Come back under there. And let's give that a go. Let's try this one. Okay, I don't think that's right at all. That runs up and around and back down. Way too long for what I need. I don't know if I've got any spare hoses. This tractor did come with some, so I'll see if I can go find them and do that. But in the short term, I think that'll do for a good test. Everything seems there. The only thing, as I say, I want to get is some nylock nuts and bolts for here to stop this vibrating off. Just got to tighten these up. I think they might be loose on purpose just to sort of get your right height for what you're hooking up to, but I'll adjust what I'm hooking it up to suit that. So the very exciting part, I'm going to go get my earmuffs, start the tractor, and see what blows up. I don't know. Does this beanie make my head look fat? All right, enough mucking around. Woo, that's cold and wet. All right. Well, I'm kind of impressed. It works, but I got a blowout, so I don't know if it's broken seal or just me not knowing what I'm doing. I'll show you what I mean. So you can see in here, that's dripping. I don't know if I should take that off. Is that going to be under pressure? Okay, so yeah, they're leaking way too much. I don't know if it's because it's a cheaper brand, it's because it's been sitting in the stockyard and around here for the last 8 months, just exposed to the elements. If it's damaged the rubbers, I did have the blue plugs in, so I was hoping nothing would have gotten in there, but yeah, I can't have that. It's just, it's not only is it dangerous, it's going to leak oil everywhere and you're going to slip on it and things like that. I'm going to lose oil, so it's going to cost me money. I don't want to spend money on hydraulic oil, and obviously I don't know what corrosive properties it might have. I doubt it's oil, but you never know, like brake fluid. One thing that did come with the hydraulic ram were these plugs, which are the, I guess you call them female plugs. They look a little different to the ones that are on the tractor, so I'm assuming we'll just unbolt the other ones, unnut the other ones, whatever you want to call it, unscrew them, and then pop these ones back on. I noticed there's no seal in these, so I'm guessing it's like a tap. You have to put some thread tape on it. So I'll do some quick research on that, whether I can just use normal thread tape or I have to buy some special stuff. It might be the end of the work for the today, and I'll pop down and get the nylock nuts and this, and then yeah, see how we go. But I reckon by the end of today should be good. So it won't be the end of the work today, it'll be the end of the work for now, because I'll go down and get it, come back and do it then. That works out well. Okay, watch your space. Well, I'm back from my trip in town. Spoke to a couple of experts at one at a truck place and one at a farm machinery place. We've got a couple of small ones here in town, and asked them about the Teflon tape, and they both recommended I use a Loctite, a thread sealant. So I picked up this, I don't know where it's camera. I picked up that, won't focus, Loctite 569. Now I'm broke. It cost me $77. That's just ridiculous, but I don't think I'll use it all in one go. So yeah, we're back. I've got the screws. Next step is to put the screws in here and there. That means this is all done, and then I'll see if I can get those two connectors off the tractor, clean them up, put the Loctite on, put this back on, fingers crossed, all works.
What's the matter, buddy? Can you smell the snow? Can you smell it?
Okay, now got to get in there and see if I can get that off without wrecking it. No, I'm not going to do that.
No?
I might need to get a set of spanners, because that's just moving the
Whole thing?
actual whole thing.
Okay.
So
Another day.
what I'll do is I'll just do you want to run up and get the keys?
Mm-hmm.
I'll hook these in.
Yep.
So I think the camera caught that. It's just pissing oil out. So tomorrow or the next day I'll drive it down to town, which I'm allowed to do legally, and I'll drop it off at one of the farm shop. The chap said he can put the new cables on for me anyway, so they're way too long. So I'll leave it with him. He'll put the new cables on and stop the leaks, and then I'll just pick it up and drive it home next week. All right, we'll be interested to see if this mic works. So after what feels like weeks, we've finally got our tractor back from one of the service agents in town. When we picked up the quick hitch, it came with its own cables, which were A, too long, and B, they were leaking. So I'm not an expert. I didn't want to muck around with it, so I took it down to town, and they've done an amazing job. I'll show you in a second. They've shortened the cables. They've actually braided them to make them stronger, and they've hooked them up, and it now works. So I'll cut to it working. Hey, how awesome is that? That works really well. All right, it's going to rain, so I'm going to call this video quits. This will be the quick hitch connection. I'm hoping that some of you will may learn from it. I know I've learned a lot. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. I'm going to be hooking up the cement mixer and the shredder the wood chipper. I want to make sure they can just hook up and go. It's going to make our life so much easier. And if you see something that I've done wrong or you've got any advice, please pop it in the comments below. I do my best. I don't get a lot of comments, to be fair, but I do get back to people, and I thank them, or I'll take it on board. So yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.